Feel Good Friday, Mark Styles Law on Route 139 in Marshfield. We get into a topic as well, and the topic, this is a question where someone says, I've heard Mark speak about this before, about this word, and they said they felt it would be appropriate to bring up again, mediation. And they said, Mark, let's talk about that if you could in one of your segments. Please help me understand more about what exactly mediation is.
You know, it's so important right now, right, when there's the disputes that we're having around the globe, right, but more important locally, right? People are at their wits' end and, you know, dropping the gloves and saying, okay, well, we're going to go to court. We're going to fight it out. And what mediation does is it takes a step back and it says, you know, what do you really want? Do you want to go to court? Do you want to be sitting there at your dinner table and the doorbell ring and it's the sheriff serving you with yet another summons to appear in court or appear at a deposition? Or do you want to resolve your dispute? Do you want to keep a relationship with this person rather than scorch earth? And maybe it's a company versus a company, but what mediation does is it takes a neutral, impartial third party, and they come in and they help resolve the dispute. It's private, it's confidential, but it's not litigation. You know, there's no depositions, there's no sheriffs ringing your doorbell. You know, there's limited attorney involvement, really, depending on how you want to handle it. And there's limited court involvement. But a lot of people say, well, I want my day in court. I want to be heard. I want that person to know my side and hear me out. And we always say, well, do you really want your day in court? Do you want a judge to hear what you have to say? Or do you want that other person to hear what you have to say? You know, in that private conference room with that impartial person. And what we like to do is we like to take a visualization when we talk about mediation. And what we do is we take a piece of paper, you know, 8.5 by 11, and we say, this is what's in your head. This is what you know. You know everything about yourself. You know everything about the situation you're in. Now fold it in half. Fold that piece of paper in half, and this is what the person you are closest with knows, right? Maybe it's your spouse or your closest friend in the world. Fold it again. Now we're at a quarter of a piece of paper. You know, this is your circle of trust. This is your family. This is your really close friends. Fold it again. This is your work folks, maybe some social people. They know you well, but a little less. Fold it again. This is what you actually tell your attorney typically, right? You're telling these folks at work more than you're telling your attorney. Now fold it again. You can picture this piece of paper is now probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches each way. And that's what your attorney actually absorbs, right? That's what they take in. And then you fold it again, and you can imagine it's 1/2 inch. And that's what they're able to actually convey to the judge. You know, there's rules of evidence. There's things that they can't get into evidence. There's objections. There's, you know, the energy of the courtroom. They're not able to convey all of what they even know, right? So there's that limited information, where in mediation, you have this private, open dialogue, face-to-face, and you get to say everything you want to say confidentially. And what the mediator does is they bring those folks together. They let them be heard. They let them be valued. And they put it down in writing, and they resolve it. And the hope is that, A, those folks have saved a tremendous amount of money, a tremendous amount of anxiety and negative energy, but also they resolve their dispute where they may actually have a relationship going forward, where when you go into litigation and there's a scorching of the earth and everybody hates everybody, it's hard to maintain a relationship going forward. And you may want to maintain that relationship going forward with that person. Maybe it was your spouse. Maybe you have children still. And with mediation, you can share that relationship going forward and know that everyone's been heard and the matter's been resolved, but there's no hatred and vitriol that goes on with it. Mediation is the future, And for those folks that want to resolve matters through mediation, we can help. One of the things I did during COVID in the downtime is I was certified as a mediator, and we can assist. And we've got another attorney in our office that specializes in family law. So a lot of the mediations that we see are folks that are terminating relationships. But, you know, we see it in the real estate context when there's partners in real estate. We see it in businesses. We see it in every facet. And folks realize that they could save a tremendous amount of money and negative energy by utilizing this form of mediation.
All right, Mark Stiles is with us from Stiles Law. If you want to find out more, get in touch with him and his great team at Stiles Law on Route 139 in Marshfield. You can find out more on the website. You can also, of course, give him a call. Mark, what's the best way for people to do that?
You know, it's always the phone, 781-319-1900, and our concierge will get you in touch with the appropriate attorney, as we do real estate planning, and the mediation, and we could get in touch at any time. But I always encourage folks to go on our YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos on there that explain frequently asked questions. There's one on this mediation specifically, where I actually go through the visualization of that piece of paper. But it also talks a lot about the estate planning, and we're going to continue our estate planning campaign. Those folks that are looking to have their estate planning work done in 2022, if you mention that you heard this on ATD, we're going to give you a 20% discount on all estate planning packages. So give us a call at 781-319-1900.
All right. Feel Good Friday. Attorney Mark Stiles of Stiles Law with us every Friday at this time. Thank you, Mark. Have a good weekend.
Rob, you as well. And without you, we wouldn't be feeling good every Friday. So thank you for everything you're doing.